Hello, everyone. So apparently Sergeant Tank is going to kiss the crawfish at 1,000 subscribers. I don't know about that idea. No Aquatics says, "Hey Corey, I ordered Easy Green and an Anubias from your online store with a gift card I got from Bob. Should be here tomorrow. Anxious to try it out." Corey says, "Awesome." At least tries to say awesome. Nisi says, "Bob, I'm so loving your white cloud. So much prettier than mine." Aw, I don't know about that. I'm sure yours look good too. Anyways, how's everyone doing today? Jerome, Okie, Job, Josh Reef is here. Aquarium, Co-op is here. Dwayne, how you doing? Gnome Aquatics. Good to see you putting that gift card to good use. Christian's Aquarium. Dwayne, of course. Allison, love the picture today. Cole is here. Charles Fish Tanks is here. Whew. Inglorious Bettas is here. Holy cow. I haven't seen Inglorious Bettas in years. Reef and Library Aquatics wants to know what we all think of CPDs and shrimp. The Nerdy Fish says, "What's up, Bob?" Cole Schramm says, "Getting more Phoenix 30-inch in soon at Aquarium Co-op." Oh, Dean's here. How you doing, buddy? Susan for South Lake City Aquatics. I don't know why that makes me smile every time, but it does. Oh, that's right. Phoenix is... apparently Phoenix hates making money. That's all I gotta say. Flynn's Fish Forum. How's your pleco doing, Flynn? Hey, Sergeant Tank, why did Joel get surgery? Is Sergeant Tank here? Looks like we got a super chat. Well, Sergeant Tank. Oh, Stephanie, how you doing? Mason, how you doing? Brits Aquatics. That back tank looks awesome. Yep, that is Sashimi Whiskey sent that in. I don't see Sergeant Tank anywhere. So Grumble Grumble with the $10 super chat says, "I have to miss most of this, but yay for Tanks for Teachers." Yep, super chats go for Tanks for Teachers. I'm sure all of you guys know by now. Let's see. Jim Jobs, how you doing, buddy? It's going pretty well here. Abby, his appendix. Kevin Hyatt said, "I had 2 plecos die today. No idea why." Yeah, that's the worst. I've certainly been there before, Kevin. I'm thinking of getting a 40 long at Petco. 40 long? Susan, I think you're confused. Petcos don't sell 40 longs. You sure it's not a 40 breeder? A 40 long is 4 feet. What else do I need as far as filters and lights? Susan, you need filters and lights. Cole Schramm, I lied, they're back in stock. I ordered them on Monday. I have 24 of them on the way. Alright. Well, I still say Phoenix doesn't like making money. Susan, I know you said you're going to possibly make it like a native tank or a river tank, I think. But I'm not sure. Oh, there's Sergeant Tank. Jay says, "Like, share, and subscribe." Yes, I agree. I can't wait for the big scam when Bob becomes a teacher. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I think it would only take like 3 quarters to become a teacher, given the credits that I already have. Still don't think it's worth it. Flynn's Fish Forum, when are you coming down to see me? Flynn, you gotta come down tomorrow? No, Saturday, 2 days. What they make 40 longs? Inglorious Bettas, yes, they do make 40 longs, but I'm pretty positive you can't get them at Petco. I think she means 40 breeder, but I don't know. Yeah. Susan, I'm pretty sure that's the 40 breeder, not the 40 long. What would you like to teach? Hey, Filthy Phil. Sergeant Tank. What was wrong with his appendix? It was about to burst, probably. Become a college professor, you only need a master's degree. Bob would be just like Mr. Woodcock as a teacher. I guess if I got to pick anything, it would probably be PE. Because that would be the most fun. And then probably, I don't know, biology maybe. Are plecos warm water? They are tropical species, so yes. Some of them, like a bristlenose pleco, can get down into like 70s, low 70s. Cole Shram, haven't you grown tired of your FRT yet? Fly River Turtle. Anybody know anything about woodcats? There seems to be a minimal information online. I think I saw them once, and then I tried to research them, and that was about the extent of that, as I couldn't find anything. Bob could be this generation's Mr. Rogers. Won't you be my neighbor? What is my favorite strain of guppy? Probably the panda guppy. Rob Hicks Aquarium says, big shout out to Sergeant Tank sub, or Sergeant Tank, sub him up. He will let a crayfish bite him at 1,000 subs. I don't know if I can condone that. What would be the best semi-small plecostomus for a 45-gallon guppy tank? Depends on what temperature you're keeping it at. Generally, you don't want guppies to be pretty warm, so I'd probably just go with a bristlenose pleco. PE teaching would be fun. Mine brought in his puppy today, and we went on a run with the cute little dog. The Fish Life says he's back in California, back from England. Good to hear. Hope your trip was well. Dwayne Kitchell, yes, Dwayne Kitchell. Definitely the catfish expert here. They are super fun to keep, rather reclusive, but neat. Watch Eric Bodrock videos people have done. Panda, yep. I really like the panda guppies. Charles Fish Tank says, Bob, I called one of my LFSs today, and they said that a new 90-gallon costs $275. Fair price or nah? The last time I looked at a 90-gallon, I want to say it was like $250. So it's not a horrible price for a brand new one. Steenfott Aquatics, Chaz's Fish Channel says, have I ever thought about keeping a paradise fish? Very briefly, and then I researched them and decided that they weren't for me. 90s are expensive because they have extra thick glass compared to the 75. Yeah, it's kind of like the 125 gallon is like $300, but 120 gallon is like $450. It's stupid. I mean, I get it. It's that the glass is like twice as thick, but Brits Aquatic says, I love my Bosemani rainbows. Pretty cool guys. Yeah, all about the Bosemani. Or as LR Brett says, Bomani. Bomani. Sergeant Tank, still waiting for that. Oh, Sergeant Tank. You see, when I have to do the work, how much stuff gets done? I'm writing myself a note right now. Sergeant Tank T-shirt. There. B. Nev says, would you ever breed bettas? I wouldn't say never, but as of right now, I have no plans. Sergeant Tank. Oh, man. Bob, write it on your forehead. I'd never see it because I wear a hat. I'm so happy that's an extra long weekend, 4 days off school. Oh, so does that mean you're coming down on Saturday? get together at the Aquarium Co-op on Saturday, Flynn. Do it. Do it. No excuse not to now that I know you have 4 days off. Well, I guess you don't drive, so you do have some excuses. Another LFS I called was selling 90-gallon tanks for $315, so at least they're available in my area. Yeah, they should pretty much always be available. Pros and cons of keeping Bosemani rainbows? No cons. Zero cons. Excellent fish. Good community fish. Super active. Yeah. No cons. I swear Canadian school has more days off than Congress. I don't know. I feel that way, like, where I'm at, they get, like, a half day every other week. They get a day off, like, every week. It's ridiculous. If your favorite guppy is panda guppy, how come you have none? Corey, because guppies are very low on my list of fish that I actually want. So just because it's my favorite guppy, as far as fish that I want, guppies are way down the list. The Fish Life says, my Oscars got internal worms again, but I got some General Cure today, and got some General Cure today to treat them. I also put some garlic in. Haha, I wish I taught in Canada. King of DIY color glasses video made me appropriate color. Oh, made me appreciate color more. Yeah, because he's colorblind, right? Yeah, but kids today don't get 3 months off in the summer. I never got 3 months off. And I went to school centuries ago. My school ends an hour early every Wednesday for teacher catch-up day. Yeah. Like, teachers have anything to catch up on. Everything's electronic now. How hard can it be? How many rainbow fish can be kept in a 30-gallon tank? Is it a 30-gallon long? You probably just want dwarf species in a 30-gallon. Unless by some miracle it's like a 4-foot tank. But you could do like a small school of dwarf neon rainbows. Would be pretty cool. My Florida flagfish keeps attacking my corridoras. What can I do to get it to stop? Take one of them out, unfortunately. Just FYI, Oddball Aquatics has fish up on Aquabid. Well, now I gotta go look. I walked uphill both ways in the snow. Yep. I got my bane shy. I don't know. I know that from Lunacara. That word, anyways, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Aquarium Atlas, 2007 edition. So many species, but little inaccurate and outdated. That's fine. Still good information in there. My Pleco book I got was from like 2007, and it's still amazing. All Oddball Aquatics. Let's go shopping for fish. Definitely not a 30-gallon long. Thanks. What? Do you know how wide it is? Like, is it 2-foot tank, 3-foot tank? Yeah, Chaz, but they don't eat anything. But as soon as I do, I'll give them. Kevin Hyatt says, yeah, I got some fish from All Oddball Aquatics. What do you get, Kevin? He has awesome fish, so I'm curious what you got. Sergeant Tank says, for the folks that want really good deals on tanks, head to the Aquatic Experience on Sunday after closing. I obtained the deal of a century on two full 90-gallon setups. Yeah, that's the ticket right there. That's why we need to rent a U-Haul and drive back. Oh my gosh, he has all kinds of stuff on here. Oh man. Alright folks, we're gonna look at some fish. Let's see if I remember how to do this. There we go. Okay. Can make that a little bigger. It's probably not gonna look that great, but $650. Let's see what these bushy nose plecos look like. Holy smokes. This guy bumping his own auction? What the heck? Yeah, that's a pretty good looking fish right there. I'm not gonna lie. What else do we got here? 494. These are the ones I like. I almost bid on these last time. Yeah, that's a pretty nice fish. Wolf Extreme. Yes, bristlenose can live with cherry shrimp. That's how I keep them. I hate that I'm late. Hello, everyone. Hello, Bob. Bob's family. Thank you. Amen's Aquarium. Good to see you. You got those last time? Man, yeah, these are nice. L236. I think I was looking at these last time. Yeah. Pretty sweet pleco. I want something new. The leopard frogs are on there. $282 for 4 of them. Jeez. Allison says, wow, those are beautiful. Order, order, order. Okay, L398. I think these were on here last time. Maybe not. See, this is a cool fish, but that kind of looks like the standard brown Hypencistrus, even though it's not. What was that one? Brilliant bristlenose. The 184 is similar to the 183, except it doesn't have the seam on it. That's rare. L66. The L66 and the L333 kind of look similar. What else do we have? Oh, rainbow fish. Hello. The Wapogas are nice. I don't know that I've seen these before. Oh, that's a pretty neat looking fish. How many is this for? 7? What's the going rate? $75? $10 a rainbow fish? Ridiculous Fish Adventures. Good to see you. James says, I can't sleep, it's 1 a.m., but at least I can watch Big Steen live. Well, kind of. We're looking at plecos. Bob, when are you doing a video on Tanganyikan Tank? Well, I have 2 of them now. But I do have a full fish room tour that's coming out soon, so hopefully soon. Good morning from Upside Down Land. Piz says, anybody got tips for using Aquabid? Don't buy from people who have no reviews. Like, if you look at this, 1911 out of 1915. No problems buying from this guy. Yeah, these ones are tempting, but let's get through them all. Let's get through them all. German Bloodline. I've seen these ones before. Yep. I don't know that I've seen this one before. Well, that doesn't do much. Gotta show the adults. Snapper Creek. I have Snapper Creek. Let's see what his look like compared to mine. Mine are almost that colored up. Some of them are probably that colored up. Those are the yellow rainbows. The Laticlavia. These were on here last time. I like this part right here. I like that. And the Wapoga. That pick means nothing as a baby. Yeah. Not gonna sell much. Alright, well, I think that's the winner right there. Heidi says, I want to get some Mirandas, but they don't need to be show quality. Anybody know of any LFS, I assume, in upstate New York? Fish stores in upstate New York. Alright, let's see what these killifish look like. Oh, these guys, huh? $30. For how many? 2 pair? That's a pretty neat looking fish. Chaz's Fish Channel with the $5 super chat says, buy the Melanotania rainbows. You're killing me. Well, which ones? Look how many there are. There's 6 of them. Orange Flash Congo Tetras. These are neat right here. The Crypto Heroes. I think they're neat anyways. We need your credit card info. I'm a Nigerian prince, by the way, so I can be trusted. Oh. Well, in that case, I'll give you $1,000 now, and then you can repay me $1 million later. Make sure you're looking at the right wet spot website. Is there an imposter? Has anyone ever had a problem with the wet spot website and getting a virus? Nope, not me. What's a good temperature for dwarf neon rainbows? I keep mine at around 76, and they look fantastic. All right, what do we got here? Oh yeah, I remember these. These are pretty neat little dwarf cichlid. Corridoras. I don't really like those. Bosemani Corridora. Interesting. 6 for 200. Oh, okay, that's way out of my price range. The Eversci. Pretty neat. Those are probably expensive too, though. Yeah, 350. Some signed books. Well, so Seth says, I wish I knew you liked Nanoluteus, is what I'm going to say. I just sold my last fry. Oh, well, maybe next time. If you made them once, you can make them again, right? Kang Lee. Hey, Kang Lee. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you here. Well, see, the problem is there is no buy it now. There is only bid. And I'm not going to start... How much time is left in this auction? Where does it say? 1 day, 19 hours? So I'm not going to start a bidding war with Leah with almost 2 days to go. That's how you just drive up the price. You got to wait till the last minute to swoop in there and steal it. But yeah, that's a pretty slick looking fish. Brits Aquatics says, I just got my first Cory cats a few weeks ago. Last weekend the tank exploded and lost everything. Wow, that's like everyone's worst nightmare. Every fish keeper's worst nightmare. Josh Job says, do you know what happened to John from KG Tropicals? He hasn't been doing anything for a while. I know his new job is keeping him really busy, and he's just really tired, so... I mean, that's all hearsay, though. I haven't talked to him, so I don't know for sure. But I know he's super busy. It was. My husband watched it happen. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I just wait for the day that I come home and one of my tanks have exploded. It's going to be... I've thought about it a lot, though, and even if it was like my 125, even that probably... It wouldn't be enough to get me out of the hobby, so I'm not too worried about it, but it would still suck. Deadboy NYC says, got my shirt today, thank you very much. Wow, just now on a Thursday? Post office is slacking. Don't forget to send that invoice. Well, the problem is, Sergeant Tank, and thanks for the $2 super chat, by the way. And so, same with you, Chaz. I didn't mean to skip over your comments, but I was kind of engrossed by these rainbow fish here. So everyone should check out Chaz's Fish Channel. Really nice fish channel, live streaming all the time, always has guests on, and same with Sergeant Tank, always live streaming. So a couple of good channels there to check out. Make sure you have a shop vac. I do, but it's like a 2-gallon shop vac. It's really small. It's gonna take a long time. Sunless Plane. I just went to the website and it popped up one of those. You have a virus, call this number scam. Let's get rid of this. And the wet. Slick deals, the wet spot tropical fish. No virus found. You probably already have something on your computer that's causing that. That's the problem. My biggest fear is my fish room catching fire because of my dodgy DIY wiring. My biggest fear of my house catching on fire is my dog being inside. Now I gotta look through this fish list. Hey, Short. Hey, Allison. Oh, Short and Anxious is here. Not working. Got the night off. Joel is here. Any fish shop people know of any... Yes, anyone here from New York? Ever kept hill streams? Yes, Aiden, I have kept hill stream loaches lots of time. They're super awesome fish. Highly recommend it, but you need fast current, lots of oxygen, and they prefer cooler water, not cold water. Definitely not 78 degrees though. I have AdBlock enabled so I don't get pop-ups most of the time since you order through email or phone. Anyways, the wet spot, little chance of your credit card info being stolen through the site. Reef and Light Bear Aquatics says, Joel, everyone was saying you were in the hospital. Help, my neon tetra is bloated. He keeps floating up and is constantly trying to swim down. What should I do? Joel says, LOL. Darnell, do you know where any online I can buy Neolamprologus similis? If they're not on Aquabid, I don't know of any places selling them currently. If your neon tetra is bloated, keeps floating up, and is constantly trying to swim down, probably has some sort of swim bladder issue. If you can separate them, I probably would. I don't know if anyone has come across that before with their neon tetras. Dwayne says it was Sergeant Tank's son, Joel, that just had surgery today. Brian says, hey Bob, hope you're having a great week. Yeah, so far better than average, I guess. Hopefully you get some new fish tomorrow. All of my appendixes are in good order. Yep, same with mine. How many peacocks would you put in a 75? Thinking about setting one up. Well, James, it really depends on your filtration. With good filtration, you could probably have like 25 of them in there. JW Aquarium's getting more bushy nose plecos tomorrow. Right on. Bob, why does my Java moss grow as fast as drying paint? Well, that's faster than mine grows, so. New Jersey here. Yeah, I don't know of any local fish shops in upstate New York, and it doesn't look like we have anyone from around there now. There we go. Jason says, mine do that from time to time. Stop feeding them for a couple days. Yeah, if you're overfeeding them, you're going to cause lots of problems, so that could be it, depending on how often and how much you're feeding. What kind of bushy nose plecos are you getting, JW? Aquariums from where? Joey Jones Aquatics says, I couldn't get an Amazon puffer. Do you know of any puffer that can live with long fin German blue rams and regular blue rams? Not off the top of my head. I can't think of any that would like the warmer temperature required by the rams and that would play nice with them. I don't even think like an Amazon puffer would do well long term if you're actually keeping them at like 84 degrees. Was planning on an FX4. Yeah, so you could easily do at least 20. Steenfott Aquatics or anyone else in chat, have you ever kept giant sailfin mollies? Thinking about trying to get my hands on some, but not sure how they will do compared to my run-of-the-mill mollies. I've never kept them. I've never kept mollies, period. Maybe someone in chat. I gotta close this wet spot window. I'm getting too tempted to look at it. When they eat flake food, it expands in their stomachs. I've heard that about pellets. I was listening to Gary Lang, who, if you don't know who Gary Lang is, he's pretty much like the rainbow fish god. And he was saying that you can actually suffocate rainbow fish by feeding them pellets. Because rainbow fish have really small mouths, and the pellets can expand. So, yeah, he advises not to feed pellets. I thought that was kind of interesting. Hey, did I just hear Bob's Valentine? I don't know what you're talking about. You hear my dog walking on hardwood floor? Aiden says, I've had minnow fry for about 2 months, but I never see them eat. They grow pretty slow, but they're still alive and seem healthy. Any tips, guys? Well, if they're alive and healthy, what's the problem? Just not growing fast enough for you? You could try, if that's your problem, if they're just not growing fast enough for you and you're not seeing them eat. I mean, they're obviously eating, otherwise they'd be dead. But you could try Rapashi. That's what I would try. Josh Job says, do you know what happened to John from KG Tropicals? He hasn't done anything for a while. I think I answered that, but yes, he's got a lot going on in real life. He heard the cloppity clop sound. I call it the clickety clack. The clickety clack of the paws. So far I've only kept domestic mollies, but I'd recommend going to Select Aquatics website to read the information Greg wrote about. Your Valentine was your dog. Remember the video? Clickety clack. John is too grumpy. I don't know about that. He just doesn't put up with a lot, which I can understand. I used to have many rainbows and feed tiny pellets, no issues. Speaking of clickety clacking, here comes my husky now. Yep. Seth says, thanks, Charles. Charles Fish Hanks. Greg is actually the reason I want to get some. Love his pics on his sites. I'll definitely be getting them from him if I can. Yeah, really, really good breeder. I'm sure everyone that knows about those know about him. Just saw Easter extravaganza coming up. Sales. Is that for Aquarium Co-op? Sorry for taking so long, but this is a valid neon tetra disease site. There you go, neon tetra. I'm new to this channel. Can you tell me what you do on it? I post videos of my fish. Have you any experience breeding neon tetras? As I would like to, but don't know where to start. No. Nope, no experience and no interest either. But I know a lot of people are doing it. They're egg scatterers, so you just got to make sure. A lot of people will take. And whose video was I watching? Someone will chime in, but he took a 5-gallon aquarium and cut out the bottom pane of glass, and then put like a mesh in the bottom, and then set that into a 10-gallon aquarium. So, and then put the tetras or whatever kind of egg scatterer in the 5-gallon, and they would scatter their eggs in the 10-gallon. Who was that? Ted Judy, yeah. So look up Ted Judy's channel, and he has a video on spawning egg scatters like that. Bob, how are your German blue rams doing? My Goldface electric blue rams are doing amazing. Lucas Bretz is doing that. Yeah, I know he's been talking about breeding them. I didn't know how he was doing it though, but it was Ted Judy that I saw it on. So yeah, definitely check out Ted Judy's channel. Steen, we're always complaining I don't post enough or don't talk about this enough. What do I do next? Steen, are you talking about posting videos? Have I ever had Royal Farlowellas? Nope. Although they've been on my list for a while, so I will get them eventually. Hey Bob, will Corridoras breed with other types of Corridoras? Yes. How are your white and black Lore Caridae catfish doing? Are you talking about my zebra plecos? Ooh, I gotta see what this guy did. Are you my dad? Nope. Sorry, buddy. Jay says, Bob, what equipment, camera, PC application do you use to live stream? If you look in the description, I have links for the webcam, the lights, and the microphone I use. The application I use is OBS Studio. OBS. It is 100% free and 100% amazing. It's your long lost son again. I think keeping the Royal Farlowellas would be cool, but I've also read they can harass discus by sucking off their sides. Yeah, I've always wanted to breed them, Charles, and one day I will, probably after I redo my fish room. James says, I'm so jelly of the $1 per gallon sale in the US. Cheapest I can find a 75 gallon is 270 pounds, tank only. Ouch. Yeah. I hear about that everywhere. It seems like we're the only place that has cheap aquariums. No, Bob, the new Twiggy plecos you got a few months ago, I have no idea of any black and white plecos. Sorry, I don't know what you're talking about. The only black and white plecos I have are the zebra plecos. Bob, first you got to breed your Spatuloricarias. Yeah, that's not really on the to-do list. Pretty much no one has. They haven't bred in captivity yet, and I know I'm not good enough to be the first, so. Can Bobs breed with other Bob breeds? Okay. Thoughts on why Anubias leaves are turning yellow, then dying? It's a nutrient deficiency, but I don't remember which one. Let me look it up. $16 more days. Let's see. Turning yellow. Potassium. Yellowing of the tips and edges is a potassium deficiency. Also, nitrogen. Old growth turns yellow, and new growth is light green. So potassium and nitrogen. Get yourself some easy green. Do you use any fertilizers? That's what you probably want to be doing. Bob, you gotta get your hands on the flathead sucker cat, you know, since you're like keeping those weird sucker fish and all. My Petco isn't doing the $1 per gallon. Yeah, no Petcos are doing it over 29 gallons. But they said they had a 100 gallon included the same day. Needs to say I didn't get my dream tank. Huh. Corey O'Keefe says, have you ever bred autos? Yes. Not on purpose, but yes. All the time. My autos are always breeding constantly. Not that I get very many. Probably 2 or 3 out of every spawn actually survive. Using Easy Green, but probably need to up my dosage. Yeah, so you need to up the dosage or lower the lighting period. The Pleco Charles was talking about Spatuloricaridae, and how are the long... So the Spatuloricaridae are brown. I don't know where you got black and white. And how are the longfin white clouds? Why haven't you been returning my messages? I have 0 messages from you, so that's why. But yeah, the spatula carrot, whatever. They're doing great. And I'm probably going to be taking that 50-gallon lowboy breeder that they are in and all my other plecos are in. And I think I'm going to be redoing that tank and taking all the sand out and doing a bare bottom tank. Because that many plecos makes a heck of a mess in there. And it would be way easier to clean if there was no sand. Bob, when you collect your own driftwood, do you pick the wood up from the water, or do you pick it up dry near the water line? Both. Bob, how long do white clouds live? That's a good question. I don't know. We'll find out. This is the first time I've ever had white clouds, so I'm very new to them. Cost with the $5 Canadian. Just to show a little appreciation, I have really been enjoying your channel. Well, thank you, Cost. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, it means a lot to me, so thank you. So how long do white clouds live? Well, Google the last question. Google this one too. Uh, 5 years. Typical lifespan can last for 5 years or longer. What's your sterilization process for new pieces of driftwood? I just spray it with hydrogen peroxide, wipe it off, and that's it. Corey says, I'll leave you alone now and stop asking questions. Bye. Thanks for the help. Well, alright, but feel free to ask more questions. If I don't know it, I'll just look it up. Would it be fine to have 200 guppies in a 55-gallon if I do 50% water change daily? Yep. I probably have more than that in my 55-gallon. Every Sunday is kinda happy. Made it? How you doing, buddy? Have I ever thought about getting glowfish? Nope. Not once. Never, ever will I get glowfish. And it's not that I have a problem with them, just that they don't interest me at all. Brits Aquatics, if you're in the US, go to Guppy Train. They're on Facebook. I think some birds or cats or something have been picking off my white clouds. Ooh, gotta cover it. If you got them outside, gotta cover them. How many do you think you have total, all your fish in your 55? I don't even know that I could begin to guess that. I could probably guess 500, and the reality is there's probably 1,000. There's easily 1,000 shrimp in there, so. Is asking you if you would get a glowfish a removable offense? No, I don't have anything against glowfish. I would just never have one. Bob, I know I haven't had time to send you messages. Was just joking about that. Hopefully you have enjoyed a break from me yelling and arguing with you. Yeah, since you don't watch my stuff, you can't yell at me anymore. What do you think about the C-Chem Tidal Hang On Back? Corey number 2, I've never played with it, so I don't have any opinion on it. I think it looks interesting, but I don't know that it's worth it. I would never use it simply because I don't use hang on back filters the way they're intended to be used. So, why are plecos so overpriced? Well, some would say they're not overpriced because they're selling at that price. Is there a way to sterilize plants without killing them? Yes, Flynn's Fish Forum, you can do... So the way I do it is hydrogen peroxide. Just, you can kill your plants with H2O2, so what I do is I just spray them, let it sit there for like a minute, and then I wash it off. Plants like Anubias, Java Fern, Crips, they can take a lot more, but your more sensitive plants like Rotala, not that they're sensitive, but rooted plants like that, or stem plants, you definitely want to be quick. Do you have any fish in your fish room that you initially weren't that into but now love? I got some diamond tetras as dithers, and now they are some of my favorites. Yeah, I would probably have to say the longfin white cloud minnows. I got those specifically for someone else, and then I loved them so much I kept them. So sorry about that, short and anxious. Big J Aquatics is here. How you doing, buddy? Bleach or H2O2 dips? Yep, F cubed. I prefer H2O2 over using bleach, but that's just me. Puffers that are safe for live plants? All of them, I think. I don't know of any freshwater puffers that would harm plants. Should I mix the hydrogen peroxide with water? Flint's Fish Forum, here it's already diluted to 3%, so you don't need to mix it with water. Is this going to be a 2-hour stream? Nope, 1-hour stream. Hoping KG Tropicals will go live today. How long is too long to keep a guppy in a breeder box? Depends on how big the breeder box is, but I don't know. I've kept fish in breeder boxes for a very long time. No F cube, just spray it on, wash it off, or dip if small enough. Yeah, so when I do my plants, I just put a bunch of hydrogen peroxide in a 5-gallon bucket, because when I buy plants, I buy them like in the box full, so I've got to use a lot of it. And so I pretty much just take them out. I'll take out like a bunch of them, throw them in the 5-gallon bucket, get the next group ready, take all those out, throw them in the tank. I don't even rinse them off. I just throw them right into the tank. I can't find a breeder box on Amazon. What are they called? Every Sunday is kind of happy. Marina hang on, something like this. Marina hang on breeder box. Search for that. Well, here, why don't I just search for it? Haven't seen your bleeding hearts in a while. How are they doing? They are doing excellent. That whole tank is completely overstocked. So, yeah, it's kind of messy in there. Marina. Yeah, it's the very first thing that comes up. Marina hang on breeder box. Don't go with the small one. Don't go with the medium. Get the large. It's obviously the best value. It's the cheapest one, oddly enough. John has been MIA for 2 weeks now. I think it's been 3 weeks now, hasn't it? What's the purpose of sterilizing plants? I'm looking at starting a planted tank. Depends on the source, really. I think I might be yelling at Bob later. Yeah. So a lot of aquatic plants that get imported, they have to be sprayed with pesticides. So washing away any type of residual pesticide, any type of parasite or bug that may be transported with them, things like that. What's your biggest regret in the aquarium hobby? Biggest regret, huh? I mean, I've done a lot of stupid things, but I mean, I've killed a lot of fish on accident. In almost, I mean, obviously every single situation I regret, but I don't know if there's one specific. I'm sure there is. I just can't think of like one specific regret. How do you film the aquarium in the back? Is it green screened? Yep, I'm on a green screen. What are some good tank mates for Frontosa? I separated them from my Malawi cichlids since they were too aggressive. A lot of people use like Altos or Compressiceps. Possibly Cyprochromis would be fast enough. Maybe. Probably not, though. I don't know. Really, the only other thing I've seen is Altos. Alto Lamprologus. Steenfott Aquatics not using your aquarium co-op code. Well, luckily that was a small order, so... Can water sprite grow above water? Yeah, I've seen it grow above water. Like out of the tank above water, not like in a pot on the windowsill. Rutu says most aquatic plants can grow above water. Yep, absolutely. What are you most proud of in terms of your experience in the hobby? Man, a lot of tough questions. Most proud of? Well, probably breeding my Parasiprochromis, and even though they're an extremely easy fish to breed, they're a really hard fish to get. So that's one of the things I don't know that I'm most proud of, but definitely something that makes me happy, like super happy, more than other things in the hobby. Bob's biggest regret was not sending short and anxious longfin white cloud minnows. No, you've done nothing to make me regret it. So nope. When can you call yourself an intermediate aquarium keeper? I'll let you know once I get there myself. Emergent growth. Yep, immersed grown. What's the full size on plecos? Depends on which one. Some get an 1.5 inches, some get 3 feet. Dwayne Kitchell says, folks, hit that like button. Like, how many we're at? Oh, we're only at 78 likes? Oh, and I already thumbed up my own video. Dang it. Do you think if you didn't have YouTube, you'd still be in the hobby? Yes, absolutely. I've been in the hobby. I've been in and out of the hobby my whole life, so YouTube really has no bearing on what I do. Back to my cloak. Dinner's almost ready. Need to focus. Recommendations for a puffer or an eel. Joey Jones Aquatics. I maybe a hairy puffer. If you want a fish only tank, I would try to find a hairy puffer. At what point do you consider a planet tank high tech? I think like the consensus is pressurized CO2. I think that went over 100 quick. Oh yeah, holy cow. That's all I had to do. Bob isn't controlled by the tube, he controls the tube. Yeah, this is just like a nice side effect of keeping fish. This, I will say, this does make it way more enjoyable, especially the live streams. Even though I'm certainly not an expert, it's fun to hang out with experts because there's a lot of experts in the chat. This is why a lot of times you ask me a question and I'll say, I don't know, let's wait for someone in chat like Dwayne or Charles. So yeah, I'm here to learn just like a lot of other people are. Which does better at cleaning water of nitrates? Josh, they're both super fast growers. I don't know that one would be better than the other. YouTube fuels the fire for the hobby. Maybe. I mean, there's a lot of times where I think, like, even last Saturday, I spent like 5 hours working in my fish room and I didn't film any of it. So, yeah, it's definitely YouTube is in addition to fish keeping. Steenfott Aquatics ordered some fish and snails from Sergeant Tank and it was well worth it. Price and fish were amazing. He only charges $10 for shipping. All conveniently priced at $9.99. $10 for shipping. What kind of fish did you get, Corey? Bob, when will you get an Oscar? Never. We all know you want to. No. Do I know where online you can get an Amazon puffer? Not currently. They're more of a... I'm pretty sure an Amazon puffer is a seasonal fish because I only see them like once a year. And I remember seeing them like around February, I think is the last time I saw them. They might not be seasonal, but I don't know. I only seem to see them like once or twice a year. Is a fluval fresh implant 2.0 considered a highlight for highlight plants? I would say yes. I mean, it's all depending on your tank, but like a 4-foot light on a like 150 gallon tall is not going to be highlight. Why don't you have a flower horn? A lot of those big Central South American cichlids just don't interest me right now. Age, you ever seen a Mabu puffer puff up? I never have. I'm just impatient. I feel you, Joey. Trust me. When I find a fish I want, so you know, when somebody asks me my proudest moment or whatever, it took me almost a year to get my Parasiprochromis blue neon fish, and so that's why. So I definitely know the struggle. I bought them 3 times. It took 3 times buying them before I actually got them shipped to me alive. So yeah. What are some tips for breeding bristlenose plecos? Feed them a ton. Feed them an absolute ton and do lots of water changes, and they will breed forever. Bob, I was crying for white clouds, but I think I was dehydrated, and you may not have seen the tears in my eyes, or the tears in my video. Well, hey, they're breeding now, right? So pretty soon I'll have 1,000 of them. Bye, guys. Gotta go. Any of y'all can please check out my channel and please subscribe. Christian's Aquarium. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. I have a higher light fixture, but I have stopped running CO2. Can I keep the same fixture but lower the time on it and still not have massive amounts of algae? Yeah, so once you take that out, you're going to have to basically play the balancing game over of nutrients and lights, because you're going to have to cut down the amount of fertilizers you do as well. So yeah, it can certainly be done. I've done it many times. Orlando Ruiz with the $1 super chat. Thank you, buddy. What do you think about Joey being colorblind and still a huge influence on the hobby? I don't know what being colorblind would have anything to do with the hobby. I mean, I understand he may not see some of the fish as well as others, but I don't think, like, even if I saw black and white, I would still be memorized by fish. So, mesmerized. Will I see any issues if I move 6 Bosemani rainbows into my 60-gallon community tank with CPDs, maybe? They can be a bit nippy. As juveniles, you're probably okay, but they do tend to nip on bright and shiny objects. So, like endlers, if they're super colorful, you might have some problems there. They won't chase them around and purposely kill them, but they will nip at them, because I don't know why, but they will. Priscilla with the $2 super chat. Thank you, Priscilla. And I know I still need to send you some pictures. The problem is I don't have any good quality photos. But yeah, tanks for kids. Thank you, Priscilla. Absolutely appreciate it. If I was colorblind, I guess I'd still be keeping angelfish, since the wilds are mostly black and silver. Yeah, there you go. Orlando Ruiz with the $2 super chat. Did you get your pom-pom crabs from Aquarium Co-op? Yes, I did. I got a pretty nice discount, though. Used my code, and you also have a quantity discount. The more you buy at Aquarium Co-op, the bigger the discount you get. They're still spendy little crabs, though, so I might sell some of them. That was one of those things where I saw them and I went a little crazy and bought a ton of them. So yeah. Let's see. Can I go over the care of pearl danios? Joey Jones Aquatics, you want to talk to Short and Anxious. Maybe Short and Anxious can write you a little tip, or a care tip on some danios. She is definitely the resident expert on danios. David Betancourt's Aquariums. How you doing, David? Just in time for me to sign off. Let's take a look. I don't want to look here. I want to look here. What are fish channels do you watch the most? Which are the most helpful? I don't know that there's one I watch the most. I usually watch most of Aquarium Co-op's videos. Streamed 1 month ago. I'm just pulling up KG Tropicals just to see if he goes live. The difference in those crabs isn't male and female, is it? I would sure hope not. I would hope that the the wholesaler or importer, wherever they came from. I hope they were smart enough to know that. Bob, you got to keep going until John comes on. No, that's not happening. Short and Anxious, do you have an Instagram? People want to know. LR Brett's. I do watch a lot of LR Brett's. I watch a lot of Dwayne. Well, so I don't watch a lot of Dwayne Kitchell, but I listen to a lot of Dwayne Kitchell. That's kind of who I put on in the background when I'm doing stuff in the fish room, because that dude definitely knows a ton about fish. James says, can you breed those crabs and have infinite puffer food? No. So the pom-pom crabs breed similar to a mono shrimp, and if you've ever looked up breeding a mono shrimp, you would know how much of a pain and how difficult it is to breed a mono shrimp. So no, I have really no interest in trying to breed them and setting up, because they have to like transition from brackish to freshwater throughout their life cycle. So yeah, way too much work for infinite puffer food. I'd rather just keep overfeeding snails. I get home from work and have a puddle on the floor, water on the floor. Floor looks like 5 gallons. Have you not fixed your canister filter from leaking yet? Well, I know his canister filter was leaking last week. I have a face for radio, Bob. You and me both, buddy. Kajim. Should I, Chaz? May want to. Honestly, this whole time I'm like, why is he streaming on Friday? Well, that sucks for you, Flynn, because that means you got to go to school tomorrow. Hey, Bob, will you be my first 15th subscriber? Yes. I'm your first 15th subscriber. I wish I had Instagram, but I haven't figured it out yet. Yes, I'm not the only one. Snails are good nutrition. My loaches are getting fatter and fatter ever since I seeded that tank with ram's horns. Flip Aquatics has lots of great shrimp pics on Instagram. Yep. Yeah, it went from being a drip to being a spill. Almost 100% sure that's a problem. Yep. Oh yeah, you don't have school tomorrow. Never mind. You never answered. Are you coming down on Friday or Saturday? Well, you might have answered and I might have missed it. If I submit a video for the background, is it okay if it's just guppy fry? Yep. As long as it's 1080p, as long as you're not moving the camera, it's got to be a still shot. At least 5 minutes. Bob probably didn't sub me. No pressure. The bad news on. Goodbye. Thanks for the info. Keep calm and tank on. Yep, it's about that time, folks. Time for me to log out. Let's see. Are there any rainbows which the males and females are equally colorful? No. Nope. Well, like some of the pseudo McGills, the females look good, but still nothing like the male. Like the friccata, kinda, but again, like if you only saw the females, you'd be like, oh, that's a good looking fish. But then if you saw the males, you'd be like, okay, there's the really good looking fish. So who's live streaming next? Someone's got to step up. I don't see John. Anyone gonna live stream? Anybody? So Shimmy Jimmy, Dwayne. I could go for some Dwayne live stream right about now. Pracox females look decent. Yeah, but again, it's like, and then you put them next to the males. All right, looks like Dwayne Kitchell's live streaming, so yep, gonna head over there, and then I think David, I'll be streaming tonight. Not sure when, maybe later. David always seems like he live stream later. But Dwayne's on it. If you want the address for Aquarium Co-op, it's on Google. I don't know it off the top of my head. But yeah, so thanks for hanging out. Remember, we do this every Monday and Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific. No longer on Saturday, so mark your calendars and come back on Monday. Thanks for the live chat, or the super chat. Let's go. So Orlando Ruiz, Priscilla Cost, Sergeant Tank, Chaz, Grimble Grumble, all donating to Tanks for Teachers. So really appreciate that. Helps out a lot. And thanks, Bob. I'll try to be earlier next time. Yep. Don't forget, if you were late, you can re-watch it once I upload it. But until next time, thanks for hanging out.